Alright, everyone. We're gonna be talking about Gabby Petito. That's like, well, let's take a look.
Nearby, crowds had gathered for a candlelight vigil this evening, hoping and praying for Gabby's safe return. Fox 13's Justin Matthews is also in Northport tonight. Justin, a very emotional time for people in this community.
Yeah, Kelly, about 50 to 60 people gathered outside of Northport City Hall here earlier this evening for a candlelight vigil for Gabby. People held up signs that said Northport loves Gabby, and during the ceremony someone sang Amazing Grace.
You know she's dead, right?
And spoke to the crowd.
This motherfucker fucking killed her.
We all fight for each other. You know, we're all here for
You know, we already know what happened. It's just that this fucker drove her van. Let me pause that. Okay, they were together. They were in a fight. They were in a police. The police stopped them because of they were fighting, and he was all over the road. So the cops stopped them. They noticed that they were kind of like domestic abuse, but she was, she was scratching him and hitting him, and he was pushing her away and this and that. So that kind of signs that this fucker just fucking killed her, dropped her body somewhere in the fucking nowhere, drove her van, because I didn't even know I didn't know that was her van, but he fucking drove her van all the way to Florida, and he doesn't want to talk. As soon as he got to Florida, he called a lawyer and he lawyered up, and he doesn't want to talk. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, are you serious? Are you that fucking stupid that you're gonna drive her fucking van all the way to Florida and you don't want to talk, right? Holy shit.
With what's going on with Gabby and her family, I think it's great that we were all able to come out here for her parents, for her siblings, for whoever. Praise God.
And during the vigil, instead of candles, everyone held up cell phones with the flashlight on. Now, the vigil tonight only lasted about 15 minutes, but people who attended say it was an important way for them to come out and show support for Gabby's family. Kelly?
All right, Justin Matthews reporting tonight from Northport. Thank you so much, Justin.
That's fucking crazy, dude. This motherfucker is guilty as fuck. Yes, I said it. You know, one of the things about this, dude, is like, there's a doctor that he said it so perfectly, and I want you guys to see this. Dr. Drew. Gabby Petito. This guy right here, man, he said it so perfectly.
Co-author of the new book. It doesn't have to be awkward dealing with relationships.
He is so right, man. He is right.
Dr. Drew Pinsky. So you literally have written a book on this stuff, and these are the relationship conundrums that you have been working on for years. You know, I think about your work in detailing narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder, and look at a couple like this, and it looks like an abusive relationship just in the stuff that we've seen.
Well, every time there is sort of these dramatic stories that end up in the press, in my experience, it always ends in one of two ways. It's either serious mental illness and addiction, or really some sort of sinister problem. Something bad has happened to this person. And as it pertains to mental illness, earlier reporting, there was a police report that came out that the boyfriend or the fiance said, look, we both suffer from redacted, yeah. So they both have mental illness, and he also went on to say they're not taking their medication they're supposed to be taking. And I went back on her Instagram.
This is very important, guys, because you see, they both are mentally, they both have these problems mentally. They have to take medications, and none of them are taking them. That is a disaster to be happening, period. This guy already knows that he killed her. That's one of the reasons he's acting the way he's acting. He's running. Right now they're looking for him. Because the police, for some reason, they didn't want to charge him. Or they didn't want to pursue him. Because he lawyered up. The lawyer was blocking the cops to talk to him. Because he is a suspect. But what the fuck? Cops have the power to detain somebody if they're a suspect for 12 hours. That's the law. Like, how come they didn't use that fucking power saying like, well, we're gonna detain you for 12 hours because you're a suspect? They do it to everybody, but this is the difference. He's a white guy, okay? So white guys, they don't want to pursue them because they're like, oh, he's a white guy, he's an elite member of society. And if he was a black guy, dude, it's like that guy would have been in fucking prison and fucking interrogated like fucking 200 hours, dude. It's like, it's fucking bullshit. Just because he's white, it's like a matter of fact, it should be the opposite. It's like, he's white, let's go after this motherfucker, let's fucking charge him for being a suspect and hold him for questioning of the disappearance of Gabby. Period, dude. That's fucking easy as fuck. It's like a suspect is a suspect. They have the right to hold somebody. Just because he has a lawyer doesn't mean shit. That means like the lawyer is trying to fucking put up all this bullshit, like saying like, oh yeah, just remain silent, don't talk to cops, and this and that and that and that. Is in matter of fact, that lawyer is if he's giving advice to this fucking idiot, that idiot is gonna look like fucking guilty as fuck, and the lawyer is pushing that fucker to do that. Now, the lawyer is gonna try to use the double homicide from the previous, like on the same spot. There were some creepy guy that killed two girls. They were lovers and stuff like that, and now they're gonna try to build a case saying that Brian had nothing to do with it, that the creepy guy killed Gabby. That's bullshit. You know why? Because if he was the reason, then he would come forward to the cops and said that. He would have been like, dude, I was just like, I was with her, she disappeared, she was nowhere to be found, and I just drove the van back to my fucking place, and that's it. That would have been done. And another thing too is like, he's a stupid ass motherfucker, because if he wanted to kill her, he would have just left the van somewhere like in the middle of nowhere and shit like that. He would have walked all the way to a fucking bus station, go to Florida with a bus, and then just said like he just left her, and they separated, and that's it. That would be done and gone. But he's a weak ass minded piece of shit motherfucker. This is the thing about these people that kill their women. They're fucking stupid. They don't think rational. They kill them, they dump them, they fucking dig a hole, they take the van, he drove the fucking van all the way to Florida. Her van. As a matter of fact, the parents should call the cops and say like the van has been stolen, and he would have been charged for stolen vehicle, and he would have been in prison right now. Interrogated him. Where is Gabby? It's like, man, the parents, come on, parents. It's like, if he's driving the van of your daughter, dude, you could have called it in. It's like, she is your daughter. You should have been like, that's her daughter, and you should have been like, look, he took my daughter's van, he stole it, I want him arrested. And the police would have that fucking lineage to arrest them for that. I'm like, how is it? But this guy, Dr. Drew, he has it spot on. I mean, keep listening.
I mean, they've been doing this for 2 years. They're essentially homeless. I wonder how they support themselves. And as you see the years go on, they get more and more thin, more and more gaunt, more and more desperate in some of their sort of presentation. Something bad is going on from a mental health standpoint. That still could be superimposed on something bad happened, either inadvertently or maybe because of some God knows what kind of decompensated state they were in. But this is not, you should not put a romantic gloss on any of this. This is really serious, problematic behavior, and why people didn't intervene sooner is what's concerning to me.
Yeah, maybe her family tried. You know, maybe her family, they were banging their heads against the wall, trying, pleading with her, don't take off with this guy, you're worth so much more than this. But when people are in the throes of a love-addicted relationship like that, they do not listen. And what did he do? He threatens to abandon her. He gets in the car, threatens to drive away, locks all the doors, and tells her...
This is very, very important. He already tried to do this, okay? He already tried to lock the doors, leave her behind. What about if he left her on the middle of the nowhere to defend herself, right? And he just drove all the way to Florida without even thinking about her and shit like that, then will he be responsible for her death? Because he just left her in the middle of the nowhere, no water, no food. That means that she's gonna die, and she's dead, guys. She's dead. I mean, but in reality, it's like that puts him into murder. I mean, just because you didn't kill her by strangulation, or, you know, hit her with a rock or something, you left her on the middle of the nowhere. You already tried to do that before, so you pretty much did that again. It's like, this is so fucking like, come on, dude. This is so common sense. He doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want her to be found. You know, because he knows where she is. He just does not want her to be found because he knows. He's like, oh, she's probably dead. That's what he's thinking. He's like, oh, she's probably dead. No water, no food for fucking weeks now. And she's like still out there missing. Yeah, because you left her in the middle of the nowhere. She probably got lost in the fucking desert. And she's fucking... one thing for sure, guys, if you guys know the routes and stuff like that, look for birds and stuff like that. Start searching, man. Like, we need the body because we need to find out what happened. And that fucker is guilty as fuck no matter what. Because if he left her on her own without food or water in the middle of the nowhere where he knew she was gonna die, that's still murder. On my book. Maybe other people will say like, well, not really, because he didn't really kill her, he just left. Yeah, well, let me drop you off on the middle of the island, dude, where there's no food and water, and I'll just fly off and you stay on the island. And yeah, dude, I didn't kill you. I just got away. That's it. And I got away with murder. That's it. That's one of the reasons he doesn't want to talk, because he knows where she is and he doesn't want her to be found, because they're gonna put all the pieces together, and once they do, then he's gonna be fucked. Right now he's running, man. He's probably in Canada. I mean, this guy, his face is a fucking stupid fucking face that he will not survive a fucking day in Mexico, man. He's not in Mexico, he's in Canada. He's in Florida. He probably fucking took a plane. So they gotta put all the pieces together, find out where he left, if he used a credit card, seize all his credit cards. That's one of the things the cops have to do, is that they have to go into the banks, seize everything, but the judge have to sign that. The judge has to be like, oh, he's on the run, so that means he's guilty and he's a suspect, so they need to bring him in for questioning. They've done it before on America Most Wanted. All these people, they think they can just run away and shit like that. And no, America Most Wanted, they fucking show a photo and shit like that, and he's being wanted for questioning on a missing person. And they think they're just gonna get away with this shit, dude. It's like, you're not gonna get away, dude. Brian, dude. Your days are counting, bro.
Leaving you here. You know, the thing that she's most afraid of, that he knows is going to get the most emotional reaction.
Again, I have a feeling that psychological processes like that may not be as powerful as the psychiatric problems that are going on. They may both be in some sort of a psychotic state, but you're absolutely right about the parents. And this is one of the really serious problems in the world today, particularly in states like California, where parents are desperate to help their family members. They have resources. They have, sort of a place to put them to help these people with serious mental illness, and you are not allowed to because of the way the laws are structured in most states. You can't, and believe me, when people do finally get help, they're much happier afterwards, and they're angry that somebody couldn't have intervened sooner. And these things are all progressive. That's the other thing that the laws miss, whether it's addiction or bipolar disorder or schizophrenia, these progressive illnesses that if you don't intervene early can end in death.
Yes, and if it didn't end in death, and if we give him the benefit of the doubt, and she did have a psychotic break, and she did leave him, then tell her mom that.
I know.
Let people know where he is.
The fact that he is not talking, I agree with your disdain for that. I mean, it is, and can you imagine how the family feels? They probably just want this.
They want to go after him, and they can't.
It's awful.
They can't do that because they can't target him and make him even more sociopathic. It's horrible.
He's all lawyered up, right? And so the laws are on his side right now, and God knows it may have been
Exactly. He's lawyered up. The laws is on his side because he wants to get away with it. I mean, so obviously, dude. It's like this guy, as soon as he hit fucking Florida, the first thing he did is call a lawyer. It's like, that's if that's not guilty, I don't know what is. Like, he doesn't want to step a fucking foot on a police station and be interrogated because he knows he's gonna fail. Like, cops are gonna read him and they're gonna be like, well, are you willing to do a polygraph? And he knows he's gonna lose that shit. He knows he's gonna lose that poly. It's like this. I mean, this is so obvious. I mean, we gotta find her, man. She was so fucking
desperately trying to dissociate the two, as you said earlier. Could be a love addicted and entrenched, in meshed relationship that they've been worried about for a long time. The dad, I hope, talks about it if that's the case, because it'd be an important thing for people to understand about how things can go bad. So maybe other families can intervene if they have a loved one in trouble.
Yes, absolutely, and I hope it ends well. I pray it does.
I hope nothing horrible has happened.
Yes.
And certainly there's a possibility that something hasn't been terrible, but
that's not gonna happen. I mean, it's already been weeks, man. Like, it's unlikely that somebody disappears within weeks and shit, and not even talk to anybody. It's like, she's dead. I mean, we just gotta find out how and why, and I'll bet you anything this motherfucker left her in the middle of nowhere, no water, no food. Or maybe he pushed her and he fell on a rock and she fucking died. She passed because he pushed her and shit like that. They were pushing each other fucking the whole fucking way, man. It's like, it's obviously that somebody had to push. I mean, he's a guy, so he's probably gonna push her harder. She fell, she hit the rock, and then now she's dead. And then he fucking was like, oh, what should I do? Fuck. And then start fucking digging holes and shit. And then put her on a fucking under 6 feet. I'm like, this is unbelievable. And then he goes out there and says, like, I don't want to talk to cops. I'm going to call the lawyers. It's like, dude, you're fucking guilty as a motherfucker, dude. We're going to find you, Brian. We're going to find you, motherfucker.
There's also a possibility that something awful happens.
Yeah, the fact that he's not helping her parents makes me hate him. And never mind all the other possibilities. That in and of itself.
It makes me scared.
Yes.
It makes me frightened.
Dr. Drupinski, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Nice to see you.
You as well.
All right.
That's fucking bullshit, man. Like,
Pinnacle Studio is used by video editors across.
fuck you.
A major turn of events in the search for Gabby Petito, as Gabby Petito's fiance and the person of interest in her disappearance.
We're gonna find her, guys. We're gonna find her.
According to a report from, of course, our sister station Pix 11 in New York, as confirmed by WFLA.
She's so beautiful, man. Look at her eyes, man. She is so beautiful.
Here, folks, is Northport Police.
So beautiful. And look at that motherfucker's face. It's like a fucking bald ass bitch. Like, what the fuck? The noodle arms.
Josh, first and foremost,
it's a fucking soy boy, man. Look at that fucking soy boy. You can tell right away that he's a fucking Antifa, bro. Look at that motherfucker. Look at that fucking arms, dude. He doesn't even have fucking nothing. He's a fucking skinny ass
can you
bitch.
Paint a picture as to exactly what happened here?
That's the way he's gonna be when he's in prison, bro. Fucking prison's gonna be like, oh, I wanna get me that fucking bone shit, fool.
That Brian was in the home there. Brian is not wanted for a crime. He did not track residents. He wouldn't put, any type of device on him or anything like that. He can go to the store, he can go wherever he comes.
And what is it with these fucking cops and the FBI, man? They're not doing their jobs. It's like, what the fuck? You let this motherfucker go. You could charge him with fucking being the obviously the guy that is more suspect. They could have charged him as being a suspect. You have the right to charge him as a suspect and hold him for 12 hours until they do the investigations, take DNA, take fucking fingerprints and all that shit, because he's a suspect. That's what they do. They hold people down when they give like some details. Somebody got killed and shit like that. They put a suspect line. Have you seen that movie? Like the I forgot the name of the movie. It's called the Suspects or some shit like that. I forgot what it's called. The Obvious Suspects or I forgot the movie. But they line up people so that way they can they hold him up for 12 hours. The guy will come in, right, and will identify those people that he thinks they assaulted him or they killed somebody. Shit like that. You have the right to get somebody as a suspect. I don't know how the fuck.
Case, Josh, and again.
Okay, again. I don't know how the fuck these police people didn't fucking did their job. They didn't do their job. I mean, come on, dude. It's like, oh yeah, but if he's a black guy or some motherfuckers, a Mexican or whatever, they fucking hold him forever, right? They just go, oh, you're the usual suspects or something. That's the name of the movie, I think. They have the right to hold these fuckers because they're suspects, and when they hold them, they have the victims, they identify if they're the perpetrators. But they had that, and I don't know why they didn't use that. Or maybe that's what I'm thinking is maybe the FBI, because the FBI is involved. I'm thinking maybe what the FBI is doing is like, okay, let him. They're following him right now. They didn't want to proceed it because they want to find her, so they're probably following him right now, see where they lead him. If he's gonna run, maybe he's gonna go back where the body is and try to make sure that everything's clean. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking it is, because they could have charged him and shit like that, but they didn't. That means like they probably are following him. If that's not the case, then these fuckers suck. Because this motherfucker's getting away. It's probably in Canada, Mexico. But one of the things, Brian, hey Brian, you're not gonna be able to hide, bro, because this thing is gonna go worldwide, bro. Shit, People are watching from fucking England, dude. From fucking everywhere in the part of the country, dude. This thing is going viral. It's like people are gonna be obsessed on finding this girl, man, and they're gonna go out there on those fields and they're gonna try to find a body, because that's pretty much what we're at right now. We are about to find a body, Brian. So you try to hide, motherfucker, while you can, because it's not gonna last, bitch. We're gonna get you, motherfucker. We will get you.
For those of you just joining us, I'm the comments that we're talking about earlier. And Josh, I just want this to be known here. This is a part of my job here is to explain how people are feeling.
Look at that girl, man, so
some of the
beautiful.
Comments that are coming through on social media. And tonight there have been
look at those eyes. Look at those eyes, man. It's like fuck, dude.
Really of law enforcement here in
one of the things I was saying is like, this motherfucker probably killed her because she was gonna date somebody else and shit like that, and she was about done with him, and he couldn't bear it. He was like, fuck this and shit, I want some other fuckers kissing you, so I'm gonna kill you, and he killed her. That's what I'm thinking.
Arda, I really, first and foremost, I appreciate you joining me here to kind of just explain with where we are. And again, a lot of comments out there that are very, very critical of how everyone in the world is.
You might be surprised that Facebook comments don't really do a whole lot for the fact in just about any situation like.
But Josh, it's not just Josh. It's not just the Facebook comments. You had people out here outside of the home screaming at law enforcement all night. So this is not just one of those stories that's just on people pounding keyboards.
Look, I get it. I know that people are passionate, but I don't know who the hell goes out to a house to scream that thing when we're in the middle of an investigation that could result in the death of a little girl. So I got some questions about them as well.
Oh yeah. You're a badass motherfucker. I have a question for them as well. It's like, fuck you, dude. Go do your fucking job, motherfucker. What the fuck you doing out there fucking talking shit about those people that are fucking screaming to police officers? Yeah. I got some questions for them as well. Like, fuck you, dude. You do your fucking job. So far, you guys are doing horrible. This is why the FBI had to fucking be involved now, because you guys cannot even fucking hold a fucking job. Fucking dumb fucks. These fucking cops are the fucking worst. Like Northport Police, dude. Fuck you. It's like, you guys are not even doing your job. You don't give a shit about this young lady, obviously. Because if you did, you could have used your advantage to say, alright, we're gonna hold him as a fucking suspect. Make a fucking the judge signed up for the suspect hold, and you guys would hold him as a suspect and be able to fucking question him. But you didn't do your job because you don't give a shit. You sort of like, oh, he's not gonna run. He's innocent. He's this. Look at him right now. He's fucking hiding. He's fucking running. And you need to get that fucking signed by the judge, you fucking dumb fuck. Cops, do your job, man. If you really care about this girl, you would have done your job. You would have been like, oh, I'm gonna date number one. You would have called the judge and said, like, look, we have a missing person. He's a suspect, and I want to sign a warrant for his detain. So you want to detain him because that will give you 12 hours of questioning, and he cannot leave the country or any other states. So he cannot leave the states and shit like that. So he will be trapped in there. But now you guys didn't do your job, so now he's fucking running. He's probably in Canada. He's not in Mexico. He's a pussy ass motherfucker to be in Mexico, man. You know, I've been in Mexico. That motherfucker be shoot up and fucking spit in Mexico, man. That fucking face with doodle arms, dude. He's a fucking soy boy. Like, fuck that motherfucker.
But again, focus in this case is about finding Gabby. I can tell you that we're doing everything that we can.
Yeah, you're doing everything you can, bitch. Yeah.
Anybody knows what Brian is.
Yeah, you're doing everything you can.
1-800, call FBI.
Yeah. Call the FBI.
Focus isn't on what we're
because you
doing.
can't even do your job, right? Call the FBI because I can do shit.
We have to find Gabby.
Call the FBI, bitch.
I want to ask this question on behalf of
I
the
can do
ladies and
shit.
gentlemen. Did the family call North
Fucking
Port Police
weekend
and say that they haven't
motherfucker.
seen Brian since
It's
Tuesday?
Josh, man.
And
Josh,
so
Josh.
the time frame on
You're a fucking
Tuesday.
prick,
When is the
Josh.
last time the parents saw Brian based on what we know here tonight?
Well, you're right, and I appreciate that question. I don't know if they're going to be breaking that news right here. The detectives have been back, the police department from that location for 45 minutes. We're going to get together. We're going to figure out the details. We'll work every ounce. There is no stone left unturned in this case. And we'll have that information. We are as transparent as law enforcement agencies that there is on this country. And as soon as we can get something out that we think helps find answers in this case, there's obviously things that we know about that we're not just running right out to whoever to explain and get some of those details out. You have to hold back.
So funny how he was like, well, I have some questioning for them too. Those people were screaming to the cops. He shows like the fucking all these what is it called? Like, oh, these are cops. Like, I'm gonna defend them. It's like I'm gonna fucking put everybody in fucking jail because you're screaming at my cops. It's like, fuck you.
We try to get it out as quickly as we can, as accurately as we can, in order to help final goal here, find Abby. If we need to make somebody pay for what they've done, we'll do that too.
Josh, it was 5 minutes before.
Dude, like, you saying that shit, that means you're weak ass motherfucker. We all know he did it. Brian did it. I mean, obviously, even fucking the dumbest fucking cop in the whole fucking world will fucking solve this fucking case like in 3 minutes, dude. It's like, all you have to do is get this motherfucker, get him in the fucking room, and those fucking detectives will fucking get the truth out of them. I've seen detectives working, man. Like, I've seen a lot of videos like where they question these people, dude, like, and they will get the truth out of this motherfucker. And Brian knows that too. That's why he doesn't want to talk to you guys, because he knows it's like, once a detective, dude, homicide detective, dude, is like, he will fucking concentrate on getting the truth out of you, and they will know when you're lying. And believe me, they do know that shit.
Or you called in here, and again, Josh Taylor, everybody with the Northport Police Department, joining us here on WFLA Now to address all the folks that are joining us here regarding Brian Laundrie's disappearance. I was saying here that I have high confidence in law enforcement here in Florida. I have high confidence from federal, state, local authorities that you're going to track down Brian, that you're going to do everything at your disposal and use every tool and means necessary that you can to track down Brian Laundrie. But my question is, when you do track down Brian Laundrie, what next? What legally is the next step? Because does anything change if you can track down Brian now?
Well, that's a good question, because, okay, so what's next? So if you track him and shit like that, well, just put him in a fucking hold, at least, for 12 hours, and have him fucking be investigated by the homicide detectives. Not only that, but do a lie detector, do all these fucking things that you can do, and the judge can sign up saying, like, you cannot leave the country, he can go home, yes, for sure, no problem, but he cannot leave the country or the state and at least do that. Can we fucking do this, please?
Where we were last, he was a person of interest. You could not arrest him or charge him with any crime. So if later on tonight, if you were able to, with 100% certainty, track down where Brian is tonight, what can you do from that point forward?
If we track Brian home, his parents have reported this. If we find Brian, if we can pick him up, we're going to drop him back off in his parents' house. We'll attempt to talk to him about this case. There's a Fifth Amendment right. The Constitution, we don't rewrite it here in North State. So we'll go through that, and we will make it an opportunity against him to talk. We'll find, at the end of the day, we're going to find him. We're going to find Gabby, and we're going to find whoever.
Josh, there again. I want to just kind of speak to.
You see that guy right there, the interviewer, the cast member, the new cast member. It's like, he knows, man. He's like, oh man, this guy is just giving these fucking answers that I'm like, what the fuck? You can tell right away. Even if he says like, oh, I believe in the police, police officers and power, to the police and shit like that and whatever. It's like this. I'm like, he is thinking like, okay, your answers doesn't really give us any fucking detail at all. It's like you're trying to say that he is fucking innocent when we know he's fucking guilty, and all you have to do is just put him as a suspect, okay? That's all you gotta do. Get a judge signed him for a suspect so he cannot leave the country and he cannot go to another fucking state. That's it. That's what you gotta do, dude. It's like, oh, we're gonna find out. Yeah, when you guys find out and all that shit, he's gonna be in Russia out there, so good luck fucking trying to get him and shit like that. It's never gonna be solved because he's gonna go to Russia and shit like that. That's why you have to hold these motherfuckers when somebody pulled up a missing person and somebody is coming back with her van. Okay, that was her van. Come on, guys. Like, are you serious? 2 people left, 1 people came back, and he doesn't want to talk. That is enough evidence for you to charge him as a suspect. At least put him 12 hours interrogation. Put in a judge saying like, you cannot leave the country or the state. Hold him. If he's trying to bail the state or the country, then you can start. Then you can move on to the next step, which is, just like America Most Wanted. Is like charge him with evading, and you can charge him with fucking now you can charge him with evading. So why isn't that being done? Like, that's fucking bobbling on my head. It was like, what the fuck? It's like, that should be done like a long time ago, dude. These guys are so fucking slow. I guess because he's white, he's like, oh man, we don't want to fucking go there, dude. He's a white guy. Oh, he has a lot of money. Maybe this motherfucker is the son of a judge or son of a cop and shit like that, That's one of the reasons a lot of fucking these cops and the son or daughter that are from the police, they have like like the police chief or police chief is their dad, and they're like influence and all that shit. Then that means that they can get away with murder all day long. They kill fucking 20 people. Police chief is gonna fucking like, oh no, don't touch my kids, motherfucker. It's like, this is the thing, guys. The thing is that if you have power, you can get away with anything. It's like, look at look at Biden, man. He got away with fucking murder and all that shit, dude. He got away with fucking stealing the election. He doesn't give a fuck. He killed everybody in the fucking Afghanistan and nobody's fucking saying shit. Look at the power, bruh. Let's see what else these people say.
Yeah, and some of the commentary that is out there. And again, part of my job here, I want to make this clear for all of our audience.
Man, I feel so sorry for her.
Love our man. We appreciate
Look at that
them,
face,
but
man.
right
It's like,
now,
I mean, even
let's
though
take action to help us find Gabby. I
she
don't
could be
feel
like,
therapy on this issue. We are trying to get you. Do you have some info or don't? Right? And look, I appreciate you putting me on.
Yeah, and I just want to let you know again,
Yeah.
because this is a story that has grabbed the attention of countless people across the country. That again, it's about giving voice to those people that are clearly frustrated with where we are, and that Brian hasn't given his side of the story, and now we don't even know.
That's
where
the
Brian
frustration,
is. So
man.
I just want to again point this out, that it's my job here to give voice to those who are watching here now.
I applaud this.
Representing them. And I know that your job is, of course, to solve crime and to find Gabby Petito.
Yeah.
And to bring this to a resolution here. But what do you say for all
pressure of the media,
commenters
man,
here
like
that
right there.
want there to be progress here in this case? I understand that this is one of the most complicated cases. One of the most complicated cases that I've covered. I'm sure it's been
complicated. It's not complicated. It's
to all those
fucking.
people out there
It's so easy.
wanting Gabby to be found and want there to be a resolution to this story that we can all get behind.
Well, the city college, we have every tool known to man in law enforcement in the world. We're working with the FBI, multiple locations, and we'll get answers. It's obviously very complicated. We have huge potential.
All he had to say was, hey, if you're in the area, that's another thing. Release every route that we're in by the FBI. Like, I know the FBI is tracking their phones and shit like that. Just fucking release it to the public, man. We, the public, will go to those fucking fields and try to find a body, dude. That's for fucking damn sure. I mean, this thing is going viral. I mean, there's a lot of people interesting in this case. They will go out there and then they will find her, dude. There will be hikers, dude, they're like van life people out there living in a van that their names have to be put back on, because you see, you can understand about the people that live in a van. They are van life people, okay? So they go everywhere in the country, and now this is gonna put a bad name on them, because they're gonna be like, oh yeah, you guys live in a van, that means like you're killing all these people, dropping them on the fucking middle of the fucking desert and shit. And the thing is that these people we call on the van life, we called you guys, go out there and find her, because you guys are the ones who's gonna more likely to find her, because you guys know, you guys go around all the fucking area in the middle of the nowhere, and you guys go far and far and far. Go find her, man. This is a van life girl, man. This is a van life. Van life forever, dude. It's like, if you live in a van and shit and travel the whole country, dude, go to that area, find her. You know, that's what the cops needs to start saying. You know, like, we need your help. We're gonna release the route that we're in, and I bet you anything, with a week or two, man, they're gonna find her, dude. Like that, boom. Because these van lifers, they know where to go. They know where everything is, dude. It's like, these guys are good people, man. Not because of these motherfuckers. This guy, Brian, put a bad name on van life. And now, van life people, you guys better go out there and fucking redeem, man. Because you guys are not looking good, bro.
for possibilities in the state. And we want to make sure we get it right. Because we need to find Gabby, or if something happened to her, we need to make sure that whoever did it pays for it. So sometimes that slows the process. Not a bunch of cowboys on that open air, start breaking the Constitution and doing all sorts of things. We have to make sure that all of these things are recorded as well. So I appreciate you putting me on. I've got to run. I've got a billion other news outlets that are trying to reach me. We get the time we really appreciate that. But again, with one thing that I just want to leave you with.
Just one question. Yeah, I'm sorry, Josh. Continue. Yeah, there was just one follow-up question that's really important that I just wanted to ask, but please continue.
No, I was just going to say that we are a truthful, honest police department, and that's the bottom line.
Well, you better fucking show that shit.
And you being on call here with us when we have a lot of commentary, of course, online that is extraordinarily critical. It speaks to the character of your police department, and it means a lot that you're calling in. And I just, again, professionally and personally, I'm just passing that along here to you. My final question here for you: are Brian Laundrie's parents cooperating fully with where you are in this investigation?
You see, the parents, they are fucking hiding this piece of shit, man. They don't want to talk to the Gabby's parents. The mother fucking sent over a message like, I haven't heard of my daughter, can you tell us where she is? She didn't even fucking respond it. It's like, what the fuck? They know what the fuck happened. This motherfucker went back home and he fucking told their parents, it's like, I killed her and shit like this, and then the parents are fucking protecting this guy. And they probably send him somewhere like he can be protected, because obviously that's their parents that protect. But dude, if he was my son, dude, I would beat the shit out of that motherfucker, dude. It's like, you did what, motherfucker? Boom, boom, boom. I would have fucking beat the shit, motherfucker. It's like, why the fuck you protecting this piece of shit, motherfucker, killer, murderer, and shit? It's like, that makes you a fucking accomplice. I would say, like, the cops needs to go out there and fucking put these parents on questioning as well, because something is going on here, man. The parents are all in and shit. Whatever happened and shit like that, it was like, oh son, okay, we're gonna help you. We're gonna give you money. You're gonna fucking. Hey, parents. Brian's parents. It's like, send the motherfucker to prison, then you can give him money for commissary. He needs to pay for what he did. You know what he did, and you know that completely, but you guys are just so fucking guilty as this motherfucker. So yeah, one thing I tell you that, man, is that karma's a bitch, man. It's gonna cut up to you no matter what, in this life or the other, motherfuckers.
I think right now at the moment we're not comfortable with saying they're cooperating now in the search for their son. So we will do that. He is a resident of Northport, and they are residents of Northport, and we will do our job, and we'll see where that goes. Thank you.
I think I speak, Josh, for all of us here at WFLA and all of our commenters, wishing you the very best and good luck as you continue making progress here in this investigation, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for getting the word out. Bye-bye.
All right, Josh Taylor, everybody with Northport Police. We appreciate having Josh on here and calling in here, everybody.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Pinnacle Studio is used by video editors across all skill levels.
Fuck you too. We're gonna find her, guys. We're gonna find her. No service. No service. That motherfucker texted that shit. He was trying to be smart and shit. He fucking failed. He fucking failed as fuck.
Streaming live. Caught on the body cams
Well,
Reminder here, folks, we want to feature...
Denver tweeted, the FBI is working with our partners in the Teton County Sheriff's Office, Jackson Police Department, the National Park Service, other state and local law enforcement agencies across the country in the investigation. So, JB, we know there are active searches underway right now out west near those national parks in Wyoming, trying to find Gabby Petito.
Yeah, and we're, again, here in the Tampa Bay area, folks, so as soon as we have any update on what's going on with Northport Police, they're the lead investigative agency here, we'll, of course, let you know about it. Walt, there's been a lot of questions here, a ton of questions, pertaining to this Utah double murder. The timing is certainly out of the ordinary as far as the timing of Gabby Petito's disappearance, also the location here, of course, that we're talking about. So tons of questions swirling here on social media and online. What do we know here about any potential connection? I understand the Utah police has been speaking on this.
It's at least an odd coincidence. We have the timeline sort of commingled and some of the locations commingled to give you...
Okay, I want to talk about this, guys. You see, Brian didn't know that these two people were murdered by some weirdo out there, right? So he did not know that. So that's why he drove the van all the way to his fucking parents in Florida. That's a huge clue, because now he's probably gonna use that in his favor. He's gonna be like, well, I just left, I don't know what she did and shit like that. She probably got killed by that guy, blah blah blah, by the weirdo, and that's gonna be the end of the discussion. But he did not know that. You see, that's when you know somebody's guilty, because if that would have been the case, if he would have been killed by that weirdo, then he would have been back home and he would have talked to the cops, no problem. He would have said, like, look, I just left, and she just took. But the thing is that he left with a fucking van, dude. It was her fucking van. It's like, golly, that's a huge fucking giveaway, man. This is an easy case. The only reason this motherfucker make it so difficult is because this motherfucker hired a fucking lawyer, and they gotta be careful, because the lawyers, they're always like, wow, if you fucking and I do understand that, because if they push it too hard, then this motherfucker can get away. This is the thing. If you kill somebody, just call a lawyer, and they will fucking block the cops and all that shit, and they will. But at the end of the day, if you kill somebody, you're gonna go to fucking prison, and this is gonna look real bad on the judge, because it's gonna say, oh, we spent all these fucking tax dollars for you, punk ass bitch. Now we caught you. Now you're gonna get the death penalty. That's the difference. If you kill somebody, come straight out, man. You're gonna do 25 years to life, and maybe you have parole within fucking, with the 10% or whatever. So you're gonna do like pretty much like 14, maybe like 20 years in prison, and you can get parole hearing, or 25, and you can get. There's a lot of people that kill their wives. There's a lot of people that are like doing fucking 25 to life, and they do 30 years, 35 years, and they get parole after those 35 years. You could have done that deal. Now that deal is off the table, because you're running. You're fucking running and shit like that. So when you come back and you're trying to fucking say like, whoa, hey, and they find the body and shit like that, and they're gonna be like, you fucking killed her, dude. And he was like, no, wait, it was an accident. It was like, too late, motherfucker, because you didn't want to talk to us. It was like, we don't want to talk to you anymore. You're gonna go to the fucking gas chamber, dude. We're gonna fucking do a death penalty deal. You see, this motherfucker thinks he's gonna get away with it. You're not gonna get away with it, dude. You're not gonna get away with Brian. You're gonna watch, man. You're gonna watch the whole ordeal. He's gonna get caught.
Idea of that on the 12th of August. There's the police report. That's the day the couple was caught on the body cams after an apparent argument. The argument, according to the police report, happened at the Moonflower Co-op, about 4.5 miles away from where they were eventually stopped by police. And at the Moonflower Co-op, according to the police report, it was reported that the male had been observed to have assaulted the female. The connection to the double homicide, or the theoretical connection to the double homicide, is that a Kylan Schulte worked at the co-op. We do not know if she worked at the co-op on that particular day, but she did work at the co-op, and her recently, she had recently gotten married to a Crystal Turner. Their bodies were found on the 18th of August, shot to death. They had been reported missing on the 16th of August. So that whole week of sort of, we're wondering what happened after the 12th up until the point where Gabby was last heard from on the 25th. During that week, in this small community, very sparsely populated, a tourist attraction at most, during that week, we have these two incidents sort of colliding at one single location, the Mayflower Co-op, and the bodies of the two women were found at least in a radius that we think is like a 15-mile radius from the area.
And just to add on that, the resolution, JB, we talked about this week was that police did not press charges.
Or maybe Brian killed them too. Have you thought about that shit? I'm like, holy shit, dude. Okay, these two women, dude, is like maybe Brian was like, they witnessed my murder with Gabby, so I gotta kill them both. He shot them both. You know, have you ever thought about that? That's another thing to be suspect for, dude. It's like, this Brian is a fucking piece of shit. You know, it's like the cops already like, you gotta pointing out the obvious that he probably killed them too. He probably killed Gabby, and then these two girls, they saw everything what happened, and he was like, oh shit, I don't want to get caught. I'm gonna kill him too. It's like, you see, that's a suspect. You gotta fucking hold this motherfucker as a suspect, so he cannot run out of the country or other states and shit like that. Now, good luck finding this motherfucker. The family is helping him. Family is like fucking helping this fucking piece of shit motherfucker, fucking soy boy. They're helping him to get away with murder, pretty much.
Against Gabby Petito, but they did separate them for that night on August 12th. He was taken to a family crisis center hotel room while she was told to stay with the van, JB. So that was the other thing we learned. And I have again here the police report from the other day. And the line that really jumped out to me the most is
she's so beautiful,
when
man.
Brian explained to police that, quote, that the time spent together created an emotional strain between them and increased the number of arguments. So that is one of the quotes that I pulled from the report the other day. We also know, JB, while he's not talking, his parents aren't talking, there's a lot of media staked out outside their Northport home. His sister did give an interview with another network today, didn't really say much other than that she has not spoken with Brian Laundrie, her brother, and that she believes this is a big misunderstanding.
Everybody,
and hopes Gabby comes
so
home
many
safe.
facts.
Again, there's so much speculation. JB is, swirling on social media. Why is he remaining silent?
Of course he does.
When the police talk about his
It's
constitutional
simple.
rights to
Brian,
do so, but you have Northport Police, their chief, Gabby's parents, all pleading with him to at least tell them, are we looking in the right area?
Simple
where those
questions
searches are underway out by Grand Teton and Yosemite National Parks.
And I want to speak to the social media element to this story here for a moment. The moment that I got home last night to the moment that I drove into work this morning, I was being sent text messages, TikTok videos, Reddit, subreddit threads all over the place as far as all of the people that are coming forward to try to help find Gabby. And while there's a lot of interesting information out there, it's just social media right now is littered with misinformation and theories and unsubstantiated claims. So
this is the good thing about this case, man. It's like this is viral, man. This is gonna go everywhere. And I beg everybody that is a van life, hashtag van life, guys, go and find her, man. You guys have the ability to do it, man. You guys travel the whole country and shit like that. Go out there in the middle of nowhere, try to find her body, dude. Please do.
Everyone here watching to just be very, very well aware that while sometimes social media can be used for good and good information can come out of these types of scenarios, sleuthing, if you will, a lot of times you have to take it with a grain of salt what you see, because so much can be either, just blatant misinformation or completely fabricated. I'm talking about images being photoshopped. I'm talking about videos that were taken from a different timeline. All these types of scenarios. So, folks, let's stay rooted in reality here. We're going to do a very...
That's a good point, because a lot of stuff were kind of fabricated, like the text message that she sent over to her parents. That was fabricated. So maybe Brian did something else on the videos and photos and shit like that to make sure that they would throw off the whole fucking railed. So that's why we gotta be careful. Just focus on what's true. Do not focus on what's fake.
Yes, and it's difficult when there's so much unknown, but that's why we have Walt and Justin and myself here on stream to try to answer some questions. And we're going to start to take some of your #HeyJB, #HeyWalt, #HeyJustin questions here in the Facebook Live comment section.
Can I add one thing real quick about the social media?
Absolutely.
So on Tuesday night I did a Zoom interview with Joseph Petito and Tara Petito, her stepmom, who's been like a second mother to her for the past 20 years. They're scouring social media too. So keep in mind, anything that gets posted there, these theories, the family is seeing that, and the father went so far as to tell me on Tuesday night, they're even looking for posts and things to even report back to the FBI. So keep that in mind, that the family, who's at the center of this, they are seeing all these posts and conspiracies out there as well. Just want to remind that to our viewers, and we will stick to the facts here. Again, this remains a missing persons investigation. At this point, no evidence of an actual crime.
And as we take some questions now, and we're going to be featuring your comments here on screen momentarily, and again, use a hashtag if you want your comment featured on screen, and if you don't want your comment to be featured and your name and your profile picture to be put up on our stream here, then just don't use a hashtag and we'll let your comment go idly by here. And there's no way we'll get to every comment and every question, but we'll very much try to do our best here. And as a reminder, we're going to try to keep the train on the tracks, so to speak. So any #HeyJB comments that I see, for example, that have some wild theory, clearly we're not going to put that up here on screen. We're going to try to keep things somewhat on the tracks, so to speak. But with so much unknown, it's really easy.
Yeah, you see, that's a good point right there too.
All of these types of questions that we're about to throw up here on screen. So
let me talk about that. That is so true right there. What about Brian's flight to Florida to empty storage, and they flew back, then drove home? You see, that's a good fucking point. You see, these people are getting very, very, very involved in this case. You see, this is the people that we need. We need to ask these questions like, hey, FBI, have you look at this? Come on, man, this is common sense. It's like, this motherfucker is trying to clean his fucking... He's trying to clean evidence. That's what he's running. He's trying to think like, oh, what else do I need to do? Oh, what else? And he's fucking running away like a fucking maniac, like a psychopath, because he knows he killed her. You see, the thing about this, guys, she's dead, man. This beautiful girl, doesn't matter if she was crazy, doesn't matter if she had some issues with OCD and she was like anxiety, because I do suffer from anxiety. I know what's like, and I see what can do to a person, and they both mentally ill. That's a disaster. It's like, that is a disaster when both, you gotta understand, man, like, if both are crazy, then one of them are gonna die, and more likely it was gonna be her.
Here, Annette here was one of the first commenters here, #HeyJB, please let Gabby know it's okay to come out of hiding. If that's the case, everything will work out. Walt, you've been in this industry, you've covered many missing person cases. In your estimation, is there any chance that Gabby is in hiding somewhere and is just is off the grid, so to speak, deliberately?
Nope. That that answer. There's no way just fucking hiding somewhere. Are you fucking crazy? This motherfucker drove her van. How is she gonna move? How she's gonna eat? How she's gonna drink water? How she's gonna make money? There's no way she is alive, dude. There is no way, dude. It's already been weeks, dude. It's gonna be already a month. You see, if this motherfucker left her in the middle of the nowhere, like I said before, left her, dude, it's like he took the fucking van and drove off in the middle of the nowhere, and he knew she was gonna die of exposure, of dehydration, hunger, and everything that nature has to throw to her. How do you think it's gonna go? It's like, is he guilty or he's not guilty? That's the question. I kind of wonder how it's gonna play in court, though. It's like, well, you left her, but the thing is that if he would have been honest when he went back home, he would have talked to the cops and said, like, look, I left her. Here's the coordinates. Hopefully she's alive. But he knows she was gonna be dead, so that's why he doesn't want to talk to the cops. That's why he's running, and that's what's going on. Impossible, dude.
There's always a chance. The grid is really hard to get off of.
There's no chance.
It's so easy to get in touch with somebody, I think, no matter where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's obviously always a chance, and there have been cases in Utah where there were cases involving groups where people have disappeared and showed up many years later. So, you know, obviously...
Many years... They disappeared and they show up many years later. So you're saying that we have to wait years later to find her? What a fucking asshole.
Is always a chance. I think,
there's always a chance. Like, you can have your daughter back in 20 years, dude.
But you know, there's no doubt the double murder.
What a fucking idiot, dude.
A lot of imaginations.
Hey, Walt, senior investigator, dude. I'm not gonna hire you for shit, dude. It's like, I bet you anything I hired this motherfucker is like, oh, I have my daughter missing, dude. And he's gonna be like, well, there's always a chance that you can find her like in 20 years later and she's gonna appear and shit. It's like, are you fucking serious, bro? She was the one who was always in contact with her parents. It's unlikely. That's one of the reasons their parents fucking called the cops, dude, and put her missing because it was fucking weeks and weeks and weeks that they couldn't hear about, and the last message didn't make no fucking sense. Don't give me that bullshit, dude. You Walt Petito, whatever your name is, you're a fucking asshole dick face. Look at that fucking dick face. Look at that fucking dick face. Piece of shit.
But also, you know, it's
fucking
an interesting time frame. It's a 13-day time frame during which the fight was spotted at the moon.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the fight. What about this right here, bitch? What about that?
A case, a
investigation. At this point, no evidence of an actual crime.
And as we take some questions now, and we're going to be featuring your comments here, hiding?
Working together to look at any potential links, but let's put this out there. They would do that fucking no matter what, I think. It's not necessarily they have anything at this point. It's just sort of, wait a minute, both of these happened in this extremely rural area around the same time. It's a logical next step to look at it. We may find out in a day they're not connected, but at this point, there's no murder weapon found in that double murder.
There's no weapon found at the double murder and shit like that. Like, are you fucking serious, dude? Golly, dude, this guy's a fucking idiot, dude. He's called a senior investigator, dude. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you fucking kidding me?
There's no suspects that we know of in that double murder, and the Sheriff's Department in Grand County are working on looking into any possible connection between the two cases.
I want to keep you going here with the Utah.
And that is wrong to do it, too. How can you combine those two cases, dude? That's an error. You cannot combine those two cases. One case does not concur with the other case, dude. The other case is a missing person. The suspect is this motherfucking Brian. All you have to do is just don't try to solve those 3 fucking murders in one fucking go, dude. It's like concentrate on the other, like the 2 people that got killed by the weirdo. Keep it separate from her. She needs her attention. It needs to be him under detained for questioning. That's what you gotta do. It's like a cop, a police officer have the law for him to detain anybody for questioning anything. Even if you go to a store and somebody says like, oh, somebody with mustache, whatever. He went in the bank and he tried to rob it and he left and he was wearing a red shirt. The police officer is looking for people with a mustache and a red shirt. And there's a guy there with a mustache and a red shirt. The police officer has the law and he's back to go out there and detain him. Doesn't mean he's under arrest. It's detainment. So they're questioning him. Like, where were you? Where are you? Like, where were you at this time? But like, do you have any alibis? Do you have this and that and that? And then they will bring him to the person that saw him and point it out if he's the guy or not. You know, that's what they need to do with Brian. They're like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? It's like, where did all that shit come from, dude? It's like, oh, shit, dude, I want to be white and fucking fucking break the law all the time and shit like that. I'll get away with all that shit, dude. It was like, this is fucking stupid. There's no white and black, dude. This guy is a fucking something, dude. It's like he has like a dad that is a judge, lawyer, or something, dude. It's like something, because this motherfucker went back over there and he knew what to do. He was like, I'm gonna call a lawyer. Boom. That lawyer, and he's spending all his money probably on lawyers, dude, because he doesn't want to get fucking the ass on the federal prison. But hey, Brian, you gonna go to prison, bro?
Double homicide here for a second, and we'll throw their pictures up here on screen. This is from WFLA.com, the WFLA app. Tina Marie here, hashtag AJB, saying it's not a coincidence the traffic stop was outside the murdered couple's job. And again, keeping things rooted in reality here, but again, the location, the proximity between this double homicide in Utah to where Gabby was, was...
Maybe Brian killed them. Hello, suspect.
The search for Gabby is definitely interesting and has captured a lot of folks' imagination.
4.5 miles between the Moonflower Co-op and the location where police stopped the couple. 4.5 miles, and then the location where the bodies were found.
This is a dick face right there,
but
man.
within a 10
dick
to 15
face.
mile area. But look, coincidences happen.
Dick face.
At this point, this is not even circumstantial evidence. Again, it's all speculation until we get some facts.
If I could just jump in, guys, I just double cross-reference the address for the Moonflower Co-op is the original location for the police report. So that again confirms that this was reported there. They were pulled over a few miles after they left in the van, were speeding. But again, the address in the police report, 39 East 100 North Moab, Utah, comes up as the Moonflower Co-op. So that is where they were observed having this argument.
If anybody, dude, like, if you have a daughter missing, do not hire this dick face. This dick face will not get you anywhere. He will tell you that you have to wait for 20 years to see if she will appear. Period.
Physical, she's alleged to have slapped him, and again, this just adds to this mystery.
Initially, that the police report though did say that the witness, whoever talked to police, reported the male had been observed to have assaulted the female. No charges in that. And another interesting. Another interesting point about all this is that that the couple, you know, again, one of the Kylan Schulte, who is the woman on your, get that in the right spot.
Look at this right there, dude. This is what I said, dude. It's like maybe the lesbian couple saw Brian kill Gabby, so he shot them both as well. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. You see, this is like opportunity to detain. I'm not even saying charge Brian and shit, like just detain him. They're saying like you cannot leave the country, you cannot leave the state, you're detained for this disappearance. It's like you're detained because Gabby's missing, dude. It's like that's so obvious and shit like that, and we're gonna question you for 12 hours. And after that, we're gonna decide what to do. If we're gonna proceed, or we're just gonna go on another route. You know, that's police work.
Schulte, I can't do this shit.
Let's say I got the same image up there.
The woman on she was the one who worked at the Moonflower Co-op. We do not know if she's the one who witnessed the fight there, but we do know she worked there.
We also know that day, that was last time Gabby posted a photo of the two of them kissing at the Delicate Arches at the on the 12th. The same day this police report is the last Instagram post where she's geotagged that national park, and there's a photo of them kind of zoomed out kissing next to this beautiful Delicate Arch, which is one of their many stops on their road trip.
I want to bring up this comment here from Alexa Rivera. Again, use any of the hashtags on your screen, and that way we can feature your comments here. Hashtag HeyJB, hashtag HeyJustin. He has scratches on his face. Rewind to when he's walking around the van. And yeah, we've really dissected the video here, and there's clearly marks on Brian Laundrie's face here in this video. You can see it right there. Top.
Yeah, but that's not. That doesn't mean that he killed he is innocent. It means like something would happen. He used even a stronger force to kill her. That's all it means. It's like maybe she hit him, and he was like so pissed that grabbed her head and fucking step it on the fucking rock, and he killed her. And now he's like, well, I'm a victim because she fucking hit me. It's like bullshit. That's even more fucking evidence that he fucking killed her. That is it. That's the evidence right there to at least put him as a suspect and put him as a murder suspect, man.
Left-hand portion of your screen there. We're going to play another portion now. We were playing a lot of portions of this video yesterday. We're going to play another montage of some of the moments during this exchange that occurred with Utah police, the incident.
Okay, this is what I was trying to pause and before and shit like that. I couldn't find it. I was like, holy shit, man, this thing is all over the place. But you see, this is the last text. This is the text he did. Okay, no service in Yosemite, whatever that is called. You see, he texted that because he's trying to erase the evidence that he killed her. Like, it's so fucking obvious. It's like, holy shit. You think a murdered those fucking two girls that were there and shit, like they're found dead? You think the guy that murdered her as well is gonna fucking text this shit? It's unlikely, dude. It's like 0.000000001 in a million, dude. There's no way a fucking killer is gonna fucking take her phone and fucking text her mother and shit like that. He already killed two people on the fucking back burner on those girls and shit like that. It's like, I think Brian killed them all, man. I do believe that shit. You know, he killed her. Those two girls saw him kill her, so he had to fucking kill these girls as well. But he couldn't handle 3 bodies, so he handled only 1 body, and he drove the whole van back to Florida. That is the fucking shit that needs to be put into police report and say, look, hold him as a suspect. You can do it, fucking cops. Are you fucking stupid? Are you illiterate? Like, how stupid are the police force in Florida, dude? They're the worst, man. You guys are not looking good at all, man. You could hold him as a suspect and you didn't. Because why? Because he's white? Fucking assholes.
That they respond to the domestic call. We're back here, folks, in 60 seconds on WFLA now.
What's your guys' names? Gabby, Brian? Okay. What's going on with the time?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just some days I have really bad OCD.
I didn't get up completely physical. I'm just trying to keep her away. It wasn't like a push that she jumped. I mean, she was already, I don't know, she was already swinging. And
You see that fucking face right there, dude? I don't know, she was already swinging. You see, like, this is the face of a criminal. So I was trying to find, like, okay, I'm innocent, I'm the victim. Like, fuck you, dude. It's like, you both have mental issues, okay? You're crazy, she's crazy, somebody's gonna die, and that was her, and you fucking hiding, you piece of shit. That is it. That is the whole fucking story here. You see the motherfucker, you see her, they're both crazy. One of them had to fucking do something, and she ended up dying. She could have killed you too. You know, that's the thing. It's like both of them, they were like fucking mentally fucking ill, man. It's like she was having all this anxiety, and he has all this anxiety. That's one of the reasons I tell these guys and everyone is like, if you fucking date somebody, man, make sure you know who you're dating, cause you don't know who you're dating, dude. Look at this fucking ugly ass motherfucker, man. He's fucking ugly as fuck. Fucking Antifa looking motherfucker, like no bone, like no muscle at all. He's just fucking bones, man. I bet you anything, those fucking people in prison, dude, is like, they're gonna love that fucking bone ass fool. Fuck yeah, they're gonna fuck that motherfucker too. He's fucking cracked.
when you slapped him, were you attempting to cause him physical pain or physical impairment? Was that what you were attempting to do? What were you attempting?
For me,
it does not matter, man. It does not matter if she was trying to she is a woman, he's a guy. You know, you cannot, I mean, a woman, I mean, I understand that, you know, like, hey, if a woman is trying to physically, so if that was the case, dude, this cop did an awesome job, dude. I saw the whole video of the cop, you know, trying to, he separated these two. He took this motherfucker to the fucking hotel, and she was taken over to another hotel, and the cop told him, is like, hey, you guys do not contact each other, just wait till next day, and that's it. You know, that cop was pretty cool, because if it was me, I would have charged them both for domestic violence, and I would have taken them both on fucking jail. Period. I would not even be this nice. I'll be like, dude, I'm gonna take you to jail. I'm gonna take her to jail. Charging you both, because this is enough. Sometimes you have to do that so they can fucking realize where the fuck, and maybe that could have saved their lives, you know. if the cop wouldn't be so nice to these motherfuckers, maybe they still be, Gabby would still be alive. You know, that's the thing about cops too, man. It's like, it's the same thing as a heroin addict, man. Is that you give him a break, next day he's gonna end up dying on a fucking heroin overdose, and then what? Like, you're gonna, I bet you anything the cop feels guilty about that, man. He's like, man, I should have fucking booked them both, man. You know, because being booked, that means like now they have a record. Now they can go and arrest them. Now they can fucking hold them because now he has a fucking record. You see, when you have fucking this type of fucking people, crazy motherfuckers, you have to book them, man. You have to fucking and this is the thing, is that he never been booked before. Well, that was obviously the first time that could have saved her, man. Cops, next time you see something like this, dude, like, put them both in prison. I mean, not in prison, in jail, just to cool off, and then release them, both of them. But now they're gonna have records, so now if he's trying to fucking kill her, or he killed her, then you can fucking hold him as a suspect. It's like, that's the only reason these motherfuckers are not gonna hold fucking Brian, because he has a clean record and shit like that. It's like, fuck this, dude. It's like, book them both, put them records. Now they have records. Now when they fucking do some crazy shit, she could have killed Brian and shit like that, and they would have been like, okay, we can arrest her now for being a suspect. Same thing as him. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Little details like that, it matters, man. It does matter. When a heroin addict goes out there and a police officer stop him, and he finds all this kind of paraphernalia and all that shit, but he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna charge you. You can go. Next day, he ends up fucking dead because of overdose. It's like, you could have saved his life by just putting him in fucking prison. Not in prison, in jail. I'm sorry. I'm kind of drunk right now, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Dropbox is a seamless way of ensuring that I have access to documents across.
And there is a little montage there of the exchange between Utah Police, Brian Laundrie, and of course, Gabby Petito. We'll get to some more comments here as they start to trickle in, but Walt, Justin, any observations here based on, again, the video that we've been watching now really for the last 36 hours?
The thing we noticed is how distraught she is in that video. They eventually determined it was a mental health breakdown, not a domestic assault, and the reason Brian said he went to hit her was because she feared he was going to just leave her there in Moab. That's what the report says. And I guess
actually, that's a good point, because he did try that to do it again. That's what this motherfucker did, and she ended up dead. Believe me, bro, he left her somewhere where he cannot even fucking eat or drink water for fucking days, dude. She is dead. The question is where. That's why everybody, he doesn't even want to talk. That makes it even worse, dude. It's like, dude, you fucking left that girl somewhere in the middle of nowhere without water, without food and shit like that, and you fucking left. That's fucking cruel, dude. This motherfucker deserved the death penalty, dude, on my fucking books. It's like, fuck all this bullshit, dude. It's like, detain him, fucking charge him with fucking being a suspect, dude, and put him on fucking death row, dude. Fucking asshole.
Before, it's significant that they were separated for that night. She stayed with the family that was registered to her, and he was put up in a hotel for that night. And again, with this timeline, JB, we know this is August 12th. It's 13 days later, 9 days later, August 21st. That is when her father told me he last spoke with her. And you see him on the screen, Joe Petito. He says he spoke with her. She was in Salt Lake City, and the reason he says he knows that is because he ordered her food to help her get a food delivery. 4 days later, Mom says she spoke with her the last time near Grand Teton in Wyoming. So the question is, exactly what happened after this incident on the 12th, and it's 13 days later she last speaks with her mom. By September 1st, police say Brian Laundrie is back here in Florida with that van, and she is nowhere to be found.
Get to some more of the comments that are coming in here, everybody. Again, use any of the comments here on your screen. But really quick, as a reminder, we have a lot for you on WFLA.com, the WFLA app, a timeline of the search. Utah police commenting on the double homicide and the proximity to Gabby Petito's disappearance.
Man, this is so fucking crazy, dude. I'm like fucking... so fucking stupid, dude. This guy right here, if you put any videos on this guy right there, he will fucking copyright you, so careful. That's the thing about fucking YouTubers now these days. It's like you put some videos, they'll fucking copyright strike on you. It's like, what the fuck? Now I have a copyright strike because I'm putting a video from your ass or trying to fucking like put in something there and shit like that. It's copyright, even if it's 2 seconds. It's like 2 second fucking video. This fucking supposedly huge fucking YouTubers, this motherfucker only has like 280 watching and shit like that. Like, fuck you, motherfucker, dude. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, fucking all these fucking YouTubers, dude, they think they're like fucking what, huge fucking you're supposed to be the news, right? The news is free source for everybody and shit like that. Not these fuckers. This is bullshit right here. News, border crisis, the real Anthony Aguero. This guy is a fucking piece of shit. Do not fucking follow this motherfucker. Is fake news. He's trying to fucking bullshit everybody into getting more fucking views and all that shit. Fuck that motherfucker. He gave me fucking strike. Like, dude, I'm trying to fucking help you and shit like that. Oh, no. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna give you a copyright strike. Then fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Let's try to go back to... this is the same. Let's see. Let's try to find Gabby, man. I'm trying to find Gabby. I'm going to find Gabby, bro. We're gonna have to find Gabby.
TJ Ward is a private investigator with experience helping the FBI and ATF with criminal investigations. So, TJ, what can they do now?
Well, it's not good for this couple, and thank you for allowing me to be on the show with you this morning. It's not good for these two. They've been together a long time, and for him to come home and not be concerned where his girlfriend is not a good sign for him. And him luring up, the police have come out and said he's a person of interest, and he is. The goodness of this is that the FBI is involved now, and the FBI is going to take and go across the country with now cell phones are like GPSs, and they are going to take cell phone towers to see where the last hit of her phone was, and also the triangulation of the phones and the towers. And so if her phone was cut off, they're going to see the last place that it was.
Can I ask you one thing on that though, TJ? Because the family is saying that one of the text messages that they got from her later on, after they had last heard from her, they don't believe that text was actually sent by her from her phone. So if you're looking at cell phone GPS data, what would that tell you?
Well, the GPS data is going to tell them whether the last time the phone was activated or was turned off.
Data, man. The phone data is gonna be determined. You know, that's a good lead right there. That we're gonna have to put the puzzle. This puzzle is so huge. The whole case is pretty easy. We already know what happened. It's just the putting the pieces together so we can go after this motherfucker Brian, who's running away already. That's why you have to stop this motherfucker from running and charge him with fucking being a suspect, period. It's like, he doesn't have to go to jail. It's just like charge him with being a suspect. meaning that he cannot go out of the country. If he tried to flee, then he violated the fucking law. So that means they can go after him and arrest him. It's like, you guys are not even fucking doing that shit, dude. It's like, what the fuck is going on with those fucking police over there in fucking Florida? How come you cannot fucking put up what 1 + 2, 2 + 2 and shit like that? And it's like, it's so fucking easy. It's like, he is a fucking suspect. Charge him for it. Not let him go out of the country or anything. And fucking question him for 12 hours, and then you take it from there. Oh, the judge is not gonna sign that shit because he's white? Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
We'll be able to try to focus in on an area where there was last known and where the phone was last seen. So that there itself is going to help them. And then they know they encountered the police shortly before that. So they have that video, and of course, in today's technology, everybody's got cameras and videos and so on and so forth. So they're going to have to track and go on. And now there's another question. There's another couple that apparently has been killed in the same area they were in. So there's a question that there's going to be ties to that. This gentleman not speaking is not a good sign for him to say, and lawyer enough. I will tell you this, if the FBI does come across some evidence and they end up interviewing him and he lies to the FBI, then they will have a formal charge against him to arrest him because it's a violation of law to lie to an FBI agent.
Right. Hey TJ, it's Sean Roberts here. You were a principal investigator.
The only problem is he's running. Where he's at, I don't know, maybe in Canada. He fucking flew to Canada, dude. This motherfucker is not gonna stay on the States. He knows what he did. He knows what he did. He's running, dude. It's like it's obviously he's running because if he was innocent, he wouldn't be running. But he's like, fuck, man, I gotta get the fuck out of here. He lawyered up first so he can block all the cops interviewing them when he was with the parents, and the parents help him and give him money and shit like that for him to go to Canada. And that's pretty much what happened, dude. I bet you anything, dude. I'm so sure that fucking happened, dude. But you know what? Canadians, go out there, find the motherfucker, confront them, and call the authorities in Canada and tell them that this motherfucker is a criminal. Period.
The Natalie Holloway disappearance. Her remains have never been found, even though
he is not in Mexico, man. That guy is a pussy ass face to go to Mexico, dude. That guy is like fucking. Look at his fucking face, dude. This fucking soy boy, man. He's not gonna go to Mexico. Mexico's gonna fucking chew his ass off. It's like he went to fucking Canada.
Was declared dead about 11 years ago, and no one was ever charged in connection with her disappearance. At the moment, this continues to be a missing persons case. If no evidence of Gabby, one way or the other, ever shows up, will this always remain a missing persons case?
Well, it'll stay a missing persons case, but they're not gonna close the case by any chance. He's still going to be a person of interest until there's evidence that leads them to believe that he's involved or has information that they need to talk to him about. At some point, he's going to have to talk. And again, if he lies to law enforcement, but the FBI...
Exactly. He's right. It's like, there's no way hiding, dude. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's nobody, no crime. That's bullshit, dude. It's like, there's been so many fucking cases where it's no bodies, but there's always cases. Obviously, when you have a missing person for so long that they know they're dead, then the last people that they had contact with, they're gonna be investigated, and if they lied, they did something like that, then they're gonna be held accountable. That's pretty much what this guy is saying.
Why does he have to talk?
Well, he doesn't, but there may be evidence to take him into custody. Then if he lied...
The evidence is like he's a suspect. He doesn't have to talk. The only thing he has to do is show up, and the cops will fucking present the fucking case to him and say, okay, let's go, boom. and he doesn't want to talk. He looks guilty as fuck. Yeah, like everybody thinks like if you kill somebody, you can just stay quiet and everything goes away. It doesn't work like that, dude. Listen to this guy.
It's about the evidence that they learn about. Then they'll have another charge to be able to take him into custody and arrest him.
Exactly.
TJ, if you were the family now, you know, they're out there, they're trying to get some media attention. There is a lot of media attention on it. Of course, it's here on Fox News, but not just only here. You start to get all of these other sort of tips that come in from a lot of people. Earlier today, her stepfather told us that some of them do feel like they might be credible in terms of the last time that they were seen together, the last time Gabby was seen. How do you know how to sift through what's credible and what's not?
Well, in my instance, that we were just talking about Natalie Holloway, every lead, every psychic, everybody that called in about Natalie Holloway, we followed up with, and to follow out that the information is credible, so we would turn it over to law enforcement. We have advanced technology also, layered voice analysis, that we used, and we're the only investigative firm in the country that uses it. And I can take a conversation that he may have had, or they may have had, and I can tell you if they're lying or hiding something. Any information that is found from witnesses and all needs to be turned over to law enforcement because it may be credible to them from information that they've already found.
All right, TJ, thank you so much.
Joining us now is Gabby Petito's stepfather, Jim Schmidt. He traveled from Long Island out to Wyoming to help search for Gabby. Jim, thank you so much for being with us. First of all, your thoughts after seeing that body cam footage. Has it given you any insight as to the direction that trip was taking that might have led to her disappearance?
We had a chance to review it. It was obviously very upsetting to us to see her that emotional. But we had no indication that, other than, just by watching it, that, they're in tight quarters, for a long period of time, that maybe they were just getting a little frustrated, whatever it might be. But we didn't have any indication at all that it seemed to be any problems along the way.
Jim, have you ever had any concern before about her boyfriend or now fiance? We're learning they did clarify in this hour-long video that they were...
Dude, I have kids, man. If I ever lose my daughter or she's missing and the boyfriend is fucking running and shit like that, I'll find that motherfucker, dude. Like, I will find that motherfucker, dude. Whatever I have to do, dude, I will fucking find the bitch. It's like, I can't imagine how this parent is feeling right now, man. It's so much like not knowing where your daughter is. It's like, come on, man. And she's so beautiful, man. Look at her eyes. She's so beautiful. And it's so crazy, man. It's like, that's one of the reasons I just want to find her. Because it's like, man, I have a daughter, man. It's like if something happens to my daughter, I'll fucking go crazy, dude. I will be like, fuck, dude, I will fucking find anything, dude. I will fucking spend all my money just to find her. Period.
Engaged to be married. Have you ever seen anything happen between this couple that would indicate to you that he would potentially harm your stepdaughter?
No, he's always been respectful with us, polite. They've always been happy. What you pretty much see in the pictures is what we saw, so there was never an indication.
So you've been there.
God, man, I feel so sorry for her, man.
Give us the situation on the ground there.
Him too.
We have heard that there are reports that
and he's not even the father; he's a stepfather.
National Park. How certain are you?
But imagine the parents, dude.
And is there actually an organized search going underway?
Man, I don't even want to watch this, dude. I feel so
For me,
fucking...
Dropbox is a seamless way of ensuring that I have access to documents across my cell phone, my iPad.
This is stepfather, man. He's like, it's the same.
Analyze the case of Gabby Petito. Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoy
please,
video,
dude, don't copyright strike me, bro.
I will put the link to Patreon in the description.
This guy has a lot of subscribers, so I'll probably get copyrighted.
It appears as though this case is just getting started. with updates coming in frequently. So I imagine the situation will change many times before some type of resolution.
Well,
biggest fear was 22 years old.
Fuck this,
and
dude.
Ryan was 23.
I don't want to do this because this motherfucker's gonna copyright my ass. I'm like, fuck you. Oh, let's watch that. Fuck yeah, man. It's like, enough is enough, man. I put another video like that as well.
Many times, but at the end of the day, I realized that it really doesn't matter to you guys because you kind of sold out our children for your pocketbooks. I don't really care what your political affiliations are. I don't care how you run your own home. And I don't care to be told how to run mine. I also don't care to be told I'm a white supremacist because I came in here to speak to the elected board members. And somehow I got in trouble because I was okay with one person having a choice. When does this stop?
This girl is right, man. It's like, when does this stop? It doesn't. You gotta fucking fire these motherfuckers out, dude. Like, run. You girl right there, right here. Run for school district. I'm telling everybody, it's like, fire these motherfuckers. Run for yourself, man. Save your children. You have to fucking go out there and run. Run. Fire these motherfuckers. Get everybody involved. That's what I was telling last time. Everybody is like, we have to get united, man. Every fucking state, we have to unite, be one, and we will overcome any evil. But we're not united. Everybody that's watching this, they don't even care about her, and they don't even care about shit. It's like, she's telling the truth. Listen to her.
I did not realize eventually giving away little liberties are going to take away all of them. You guys are... You sit here and you talk about how tired you are. How tired you are. You want a massage therapy from our tax dollars. I am a single mother of 3 children. I run my own business, and the last thing that I really want to do is come here every other Tuesday and try to talk to you guys about how hypocritical all your policies are.
Look at this motherfucker. Look at and they're all fucking white as fuck, dude. Like, fuck this piece of shit. Look at that motherfucker right there. Look at that fucking bald ass bitch. Look at that fucking white ass bitch right there. Look at all this fucking leftist pieces of shit motherfuckers. When enough is enough? When? Is it gonna be never? Can you fucking fire her and take her place? Can you fire that piece of shit and take his place? Can you fire that fucking bald ass motherfucker and replace his place? Yes, you can. You're just not doing it. It's like, we have to be united and fire these motherfuckers. All these motherfuckers, they're destroying your son's future, daughter's future. They're all destroying you, and you don't even fucking realize this shit, dude. It's like, you have to fucking destroy these motherfuckers before your son has a fucking future. Can you fucking understand this? Look at this bold ass bitch. He's fucking searching for fucking porn right there. He's searching for fucking child porn right there. Like, look at that motherfucker. It's like, don't give a fuck. These motherfuckers, they don't give a shit what you say. You can tell right there. She's right there reading fucking phone. This motherfucker is searching child porn. This motherfucker is just writing like, oh shit, another of those fucking crazy motherfuckers. And this was, like, fuck these fuckers, man. You have the power.
Masks, don't mask. Do you think these kids wear masks 24/7? Because I guarantee you they don't. They eat dirt. They play with the grossest things imaginable, and they are fine. Your science, my science, what is it? This is getting out of hand, and it's getting ridiculous. You sit here and you label people you don't even know. And you two sit and talk in a private meeting, and I'm pretty sure under your oath as a board member, you're not supposed to say a single thing about the constituents of which you serve. You got a lot to say when somebody isn't around. We're getting tired of it and we're fed up. I pull my kids out of school because I'm tired of this bullshit. I don't trust any of you with my children. Especially when people like...
Fire them, and fucking run, and you take their place. You see as that, or if not, if you cannot do it, somebody has to do it. Come on, guys. So like, fucking, we gotta start small, man. We gotta start getting back our schools back, man. Please, man. I have a daughter. I have kids. Please, we have to get our schools back. I cannot do it all myself.
These are the teachers that you're standing up for. Miss Anderson, she's great. I love her. There are great teachers in this community. Nobody argues with that. There are wonderful people. Perspectives are important. We cannot make progress unless we can talk about each other's differences. I came here as a concerned parent. I don't know any of you. You don't know me. And you made an assumption. You don't like the reaction of this. It's because of the choices you made. She stands here and doesn't even say pledge allegiance to this flag, and you want that teaching our children. Americans, united we stand, right? The last thing I'll have to say is something that my mom has always told me. You cannot change.
What?
You are what you do. You want to be a cheater? You're a cheater. You want to be a liar? You're a liar. Make better choices.
Yep. Yeah, you see all this fucking, like, yeah, he's right there, dude. They expect to be in a circle of power by cooperating. Bullshit. Power of what? Power of evil? Is that what it is? That's why we have to fucking go out there and get these motherfuckers out, period.
What do developers
we gotta find Gabby, man. This is one of the reasons I'm making these special. I'm making these special because we need to find Gabby.
Whether you have information or not, let us know.
Joseph Petito wants his daughter's fiance to tell investigators exactly what he knows. Brian Laundrie has been silent.
Look at that
since
fucking
Gabby
piece of shit.
They've known each other since high school, stuff like that.
Look at that dick face right there. Look at that big ass fucking nose. What the hell you were thinking about dating this fucking bald ass bitch with a... He looks like the fucking SpongeBob, like a Squidbird. I forgot what's the name of the octopus with a big ass fucking nose and shit like that. That's what this motherfucker looks like. It's like, this motherfucker is the ugly ass motherfucker in fucking Earth. What the hell you do with this motherfucker? It's like, this guy has mentally challenged. It's like his brain is all fucked up. Look at those fucking right there, those wrinkles right there. It just sounds like he's a psychopath.
Strangers in a bar. They know each other for a long time.
2 people went on a trip, 1 person returned, and that person that returned isn't providing us any information.
He was my first person of interest.
Gabby Petito never goes outside. Gabby and Brian set out on their road trip on July 2nd, departing from Gabby's hometown of Blue Point, New York in a white 2012 Ford Transit van. On July 4th, they were at Monument Rocks in Kansas.
Okay, this is important right here, okay? We have to track all this right here, and everything between there, it might be a we can find her body around these sessions. We just have to map it.
These photos from the natural landmark. 6 days later, they stopped in Colorado at the Great Sand Dunes, and by July 16th, the couple was in Utah at Zion.
There you go, right there. This is where they got pulled over.
And hiking through Zion and Bryce Canyon.
This was a dream trip. They worked for a year to get here.
On July 26th, the pair relaxed at Mystic Hot Springs. On the 30th, they were in Canyonlands. And on August 12th, they took a 30-minute drive to Arches National Park. Then, things appeared to take a turn.
I was distracting him from driving, I'm sorry.
That's important right there, because that's gonna be point of where she's located.
Officers questioned the couple after a witness saw them arguing at a grocery store.
Some days
Gabby was sobbing.
we have been fighting all morning and you would let me in the car before.
The couple spent the night apart to cool off. Gabby slept in the van, and an officer checked Brian into a hotel.
On the 21st was the last time I FaceTimed her. I knew where she was. She was happy, bubbly, no issues. She was laughing. We were talking, so everything was good. I didn't see red flags. You know, but you're not going to tell your old man there's red flags. If I would have spotted something, I would have done something.
Gabby was last seen on August 24th, checking out of a hotel in Salt Lake City. Her mother says she spoke with Gabby the next day, and they were in Grand Teton National Park near Jackson, Wyoming. They were heading to Yellowstone. Then, on September 1st, Brian arrived at his parents' house in Florida all by himself.
That's important. You see, timelines, locations. If he killed her on that timeline, that means like the body can be found in that timeline.
Frustrating, bordering on, absolute anger.
Brian's sister Cassie spoke to ABC News, but she hasn't spoken to her brother.
Me and my family want Gabby to be found safe. She's like a sister, and my children love her.
An attorney for Brian says in a statement, intimate partners are often the first person law enforcement focuses their attention on, and the warning that any statement made will be used against you is true, regardless of whether my client had anything to do with Miss Petito's disappearance. On the advice of...
That is bullshit. That is fucking the worst fucking attorney you can. So, you're gonna accuse him regardless. It's like bullshit. We're not gonna accuse him. We just want to know, man. That's it. This is like you see, this is what the attorney did. He blocked every fucking cop questioning because he did not want to talk to any cop because he knew he killed her. So he's trying to find time so he can escape. So now he finds a lawyer that can actually, he has the time to go out there and this lawyer needs to lose his license, because if I was a lawyer, dude, I would be like, hey dude, you have to do something with a murder. If you don't, then you have to talk to the cops and then clear with them. That's a good lawyer. This lawyer is a piece of shit lawyer, man. This lawyer needs to lose his license, period. That motherfucker Steven Bertolino, dude, I'm gonna go and file a fucking report on you, motherfucker, and make sure you lose your license, bitch. Watch.
Counsel, Mr. Laundrie is not speaking on this matter.
She's like a bubbly, loving, caring, hippie from the 60s. She's a Beatles lover. She loved art. She loves to do stuff, and she's got more stuff to do. She loved to find beautiful places. She wants to go to more places, so we gotta get her home to do that.
That's fucking sad, dude. It's like, I can't believe that. This is one of the things, man. It's like, these people, so crazy, man. It's like, how can you, if you're innocent, dude, you gotta come out and clear with the cops, dude. If you don't clear with the cops, you're gonna be subject number one, dude. That's one of the reasons I'm so pissed with the cops, because they could have charged him with being a suspect. It's like you're being a suspect number one right now, Brian. You fucking piece of shit, motherfucker. Fucking what the octopus fucking face, bitch, big ass nose and shit, motherfucker. It's like if I fucking see you, dude, I'm gonna kick your fucking butt, bro. Fucking asshole. It was a piece of shit, and it's not just me, dude. It's everyone, dude. Everyone wants to kick your ass, dude. It's like everyone, dude. It's like so you better go out there in the middle of nowhere, dude. Because if you go in Canada, dude, they're gonna fucking see you. This thing is gonna go everywhere, dude. Go to Russia, motherfucker. They're gonna find you there too. Go anywhere, bitch. They're gonna find you, dude. They're gonna tell us, oh, dude, who I saw fucking Brian and shit, dude, who's out there out here and shit, boy. Motherfucker. We're gonna find you at, boy. Brian. We're gonna find you at, boy. Fucking asshole. Alright, guys, I think I'm done for today. Let's just look at this, man. Before I go, let's just watch.
Behind every great video,
and I'm just doing this, the news, because I know if I go to a YouTuber, it's gonna fucking copyright me, dude, like the fucking asshole. Fucking assholes, fucking YouTubers thinks they're like the fucking shit and shit like that, and fuck all of you, dude. It's like copyright. I'm gonna copyright you and shit like that. Fuck you.
And breaking news tonight out of Sarasota County, police are now looking for the boyfriend of Gabby Petito after talking with his family. Police say Brian Laundrie was not cooperating in their investigation. Now his family says they have not seen him in 3 days. Good evening, I'm Lisa Bell.
I'm Matt Austin, thanks for joining us. Laundrie is a person of interest in his girlfriend's disappearance. Police say Laundrie...
He's not best person of interest, he's a suspect. There's a difference. It's like, stop calling him as a person of interest. What the fuck does that even mean? He's a suspect. He's a suspect of the disappearance of Gabby. Period. He could have been held in jail for 12 hours with interrogations because he needs to come out clean. He needs to clear this shit out. If he's not clearing it, it's gonna get harder for him. But when they find the body and they'll find the evidence and shit like that, then they can be like, hey, dude, everything is out the table. You're gonna go for the death penalty. Period. It's like, if something happened, if it was an accident, or you left her in the middle of nowhere, fucking defend for herself, dude, without water and food and all that shit. Like, come out clean, dude. Just fucking say it. It's like, I just left her. Middle of nowhere, I couldn't stand her and shit like that. He already tried to do that so many times. She had to fucking climb out on the fucking window, dude, to go inside her fucking van. That was her fucking van. Oh no, Pike. He is entitled, motherfucker, piece of shit, white ass motherfucker. That he's so entitled that the van is his. And the cops say like, oh, he's a whiter than me, so he might fucking have that van, and that's okay with me and shit like that. He can just go away and do whatever he wants and all that shit. Like, fuck that, man. The fucking hold that motherfucker accountable for her safety, dude. Can you do that, cop? Can you do that, police officer? Like, fuck you, man.
Petito.
Look at that face, dude. She's so beautiful, man. Look at that face. She's beautiful. And this motherfucker's an ugly ass bitch. So he killed her because he was gonna date somebody else and shit like that, so he couldn't bear it. And there's probably the fighting and all that shit because she was like, your dick is a small bitch. It's like, he probably had the smallest dick ever. and shit, and he couldn't fucking do it. You can tell right away, okay? His body is like fucking skinny as fuck. His dick probably was like fucking 2 inches and shit like that, and she was upset, man. He was fucking crying. He was like, fucking your dick so small and shit, like, and this motherfucker was like, fuck you bitch, and fucking killed her because of it. Because he knew she was gonna get somebody with a huge fucking cock that's gonna fuck her good and shit like that. That's your problem, Brian. No matter where you go, motherfucker, you still have a tiny ass fucking dick, bitch. Fucking soy boy, motherfucker.
We're on a cross-country trip, but he came home to Florida earlier this month without her. Petito's family says they have not heard from her in several weeks now. Body cam video released earlier this week shows the couple's interaction with police in Moab, Utah. Officers stopped them last month after a possible domestic incident. There were also questions about whether Petito's case was connected to a double murder in the same area. Now, I want to tell you, the sheriff in Grand County, Utah, confirmed today those 2 investigations are not connected. Petito was last seen in Wyoming's Grand Teton National Park. Tonight, officers showed up at Laundrie's home in Northport to speak with his family for the first time. Neighbors were out.
Exactly what I thought. It was like those 2 cases are not related. I don't know why the fuckers are fucking getting the same cases and shit like that. It was like, you should not do that, dude. It was like, that fucking happened so fucking south. That motherfucking happened so much fucking north, dude. That's it. Just separate them.
Inside their home, demanding Laundrie to speak. Here's what police say happened inside.
What the family knows, we need to know from them. It is very possible that he shared some of these details.
God, man, this guy is so fucking like... Who the fuck is this guy, dude? He's a police chief? If he's so, dude, it's like... He is... Man, how can I say this, dude? It's like... You're not doing your job, dude. You should have fucking apprehended him when the time was right, dude. Fucking being a suspect is being a suspect. Like, somebody's still fucking ready. You're not gonna wait fucking 1 week until you fucking clear it out. You fucking detain him as a suspect. Fucking police officers fucking pull you over on the street and detain you for being a suspect within seconds, dude. Why do you fucking have to wait so fucking long? Not fucking detaining this fucking piece of shit white ass motherfucker because he's white, because it's your color, because he's like, oh, he reminds me of my son and shit. That's what it is, right, brah? Fucking asshole.
They obviously weren't there, so they would be getting his rendition.
Yeah. Whatever, right?
We would love for them to share with us what he shared with us.
Now, we'll continue to follow the latest on this developing story and bring you any updates as they come.
There will be no updates, man. The only updates will be like she's fucking dead and that's it. And he's innocent. That's it. You see, everybody's asking for his arrest, dude. It's like, arrest Brian. It's like, because we need to arrest him. We need, not arrest him, but at least detain him for fucking questioning, dude. It's like, you do this to every single one of us. We're on the fucking streets and shit like that. It's like, oh, no, I'm detaining you because we need to know who stole this bike. It's like, okay, detaining me, alright, that's fine, dude. It's like, when they detain you, they have to question you, see where you were and stuff like that, and the police will clear you out. You see? But this motherfucker's not even doing that shit. He's not even detaining fucking Brian, because he's a white ass motherfucker. Like, he might be rich, or he might have somebody influencer. I don't know. He has some rich parents. The parents are probably the ones that are paying for the fucking lawyer. I bet your ass and shit like that, because the lawyers are not coming cheap at all. I mean, lawyers are gonna charge at least $25,000 up front, dude, like, for fucking cases like this. And the lawyers are putting their reputation on the line for your punk ass motherfucker. So the lawyer is trying to give you time for you to go to the run. That's pretty much what you ask to the lawyer. The lawyer is there just to stall the police to question you at all. But it's gonna come a time, Brian, that you're gonna have to answer for everything, and the judge is gonna sign a precise fucking America Most Wanted worldwide, because I know you're gonna go out of the country, and we know you're gonna go to Canada, motherfucker. You ain't gonna go to Mexico. They're gonna shoot you up, speed you up and shit. Your best bet is going to Canada. It's like, that's where you're going over there. It's like, I'm just gonna go to Canada, right, motherfucker? But we're gonna get you, motherfucker. We're gonna get you.
Officer, can you tell us why you're here? Officer, can you tell us why you're here? What do you know? Sir, what do you know? She's safe.
They're not talking. Just the way it is, man. They are not talking. They're not doing shit. Fucking Brian. And look at this motherfucker. This motherfucker's piece of shit, motherfucker. You fucking put copyright. Only had like 1K views, motherfucker. Okay, so you see this case right here. Florida judge denies bond for ex-Marine accused of murdering four. More than four, including mother and baby. It's like, you get arrested, Brian. That's gonna be you, bitch. Look at that bold ass. Is it me or anything? But every bold guy is a fucking psycho maniacs, man. Like, people that have this bullshit, dude, is like, they're all fucking killers, dude. They're all are a piece of shit. So, Brian, you bullshit. That's what you're gonna look like when they catch your ass, bitch. So don't come and tell me you're innocent and shit like that. Fuck you, dude. Those two murders of those two girls happen a fucking way. And you don't way out of your fucking route, and you didn't even knew about all that shit. So don't give me all that bullshit. That was a creep guy. If it was the case, then you would have fucking talked to the cops with no fucking problems. But no. You have to fucking lawyer it up. So give you time to fucking get out of the country, and you're out, dude. Believe me, dude, it's gonna be hard to catch you, but karma is a bitch. So get ready, motherfucker. We're coming for you, bitch. Brian, we're coming at you, bitch.